Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1, Phathead Cande Roth out today and through Thanksgiving. She will be back on Monday. We will reconvene. Hopefully everyone's having a good start to the holiday week. You're not going crazy at the supermarkets. I apologize if that is the case. Maybe get out early this morning if you can and do your shopping. You don't want to be waiting too long. The other thing I will tell you is if you're traveling, a major warning for delays on the road, delays getting through airports. They're telling people, as usual, you got to fly, get to the airport, 2.5, 3 hours early. You don't want to get caught in those lines and miss your flight. It's going to be a little nutty for sure. And then coming back over the weekend, do the same. So let's get into a couple of things that I mentioned earlier in the show that I think you might be interested in. Here's a gig for you. This is not a full-time job, but a gig where you can make a couple of bucks, could pay the mortgage for a month or the rent or whatever the case is. There is a website, cabletv.com, and they have a holiday job offer that's right up my alley. They're calling it the Chief of Cheer. They want someone to watch 25 holiday movies in 25 days. I guarantee I could do it quicker than 25 days. I promise you. On a Saturday or Sunday morning, I could roll through 3 movies by noon. I'm up, I got my coffee, a sandwich going at like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I could be done with 3 movies by noon. No doubt about it. This is a job for me. So, cabletv.com. Here's the deal. In exchange for watching 25 movies in 25 days and reviewing all of them, that's the key here. They need a review. They will pay you $2,500. You'll also receive 1-year paid subscriptions to Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, Max, Apple TV, Hallmark, and DirecTV Stream. They're also going to send you a Couture blanket. Here's the fine print. You have to be 18. You have to be eligible to work in the U.S. You have to have a device capable of streaming. All those things I think most, if not all, of our audience will, be fine with. And you have to watch all 25 movies in 25 days. They are accepting applications now through Friday, and one winner will be announced on December 5th. I'm applying. Telling you right now, I'm applying. You want that job, you're going to have to beat me out. I hope there's a section where you can, tell them a little bit about yourself. I am going to write a full essay about myself, and away we go. Maybe I'll be the Chief of Cheer. That would be a lot of fun. Before I get to this next story, we're going to get into some Thanksgiving and food, since we're talking about movies and reviewing movies. And it kind of sparked a memory in my mind when I just said I'm going to write an essay. So yesterday, I turned on the new Netflix documentary about JonBenet Ramsey. The young girl, the 6-year-old, as most of us know, who was killed about, 28 years ago, give or take. Huge story, never solved, a lot of speculation. So it's 3 episodes. I got through the first episode, and then I started the second episode, and I shut it off. Not that it's not interesting. I may finish it, but the problem is I know at the end of this, I know there's not going to be a conclusion because we still don't know. Nothing was ever proved. The person, she has passed away. I don't want to talk about people who have passed away, but if we're reviewing this documentary, I have to be truthful. The mother passed away in, I think it was 2006 or so, from ovarian cancer, which is very sad. But boy, oh boy, if you watch the first episode of the documentary and you don't think that the mother was involved, then I have some questions for you. It's one of those things. The father is there. He's doing commentary throughout the whole documentary. He's there. doing his thing. You see a little bit of the brother as a young kid, and then you see a lot of the old footage of the mother. And, there's a lot of speculation that it could have been the parents or at least the mother back in the day. But I had to stop because 5 minutes in, I thought it was the mother, and I know there's not going to be a conclusion. But anyway, it's interesting. If you remember the story from back then, a horrible story, but I know a lot of people were into it. It was a huge thing. It is on Netflix, and it'll probably gain a lot of steam with young people the way the Menendez documentary did. People who were not alive during that time, now all into the Menendez story. You'll probably see a bunch of that now on social media regarding John Benet Ramsey. All right, on to Thanksgiving dinner. What are the least popular things at Thanksgiving dinner? Now, I know this sounds like a very generic article, so I'm not going to go through the whole list, but the reason I bring it up is because some of the most hated Thanksgiving foods might surprise you. As an example, mashed potatoes. 22% of people, 1 out of every 5 at your table will hate mashed potatoes. I don't understand that. I don't want you at my Thanksgiving table. Don't get that one at all. Now, I'm involved in this a little bit because number 4, 30% of the people hate, and I'm there. I'm one of them. Sweet potatoes. Not a sweet potato fan. There's probably people now who don't want me at their Thanksgiving table. They're going to make me step outside in the pouring rain this Thursday. By the way, side note, if you didn't hear, got a bunch of rain coming Thursday. I am sorry. Sweet potatoes is number 4 on the list. I'm one of them. All right, I'll give you that. Ham is number 3. Cande is making a ham for her family on Thanksgiving. That is the 3rd most hated food on the table. I'm going to skip number 2 for a second because I have something to say about number 2. Number 1 actually makes sense. 35% of people hate turkey. And it makes sense. It is the most cooked food at a Thanksgiving table. It's Thanksgiving, it's turkey. Yes, you're going to get people who hate turkey. I'm not a huge fan. By that point, by the time you sit down, you've had all the appetizers, you've had all the chips and the mini hot dogs and all the things that, the last thing I'm looking for is a huge piece of turkey. I'll have like a little bit of dark meat, but yeah, that's fine. I understand why turkey's number 1 most hated because it's also, there's more of it on a table than anything else. But here's the one that gets me. Number 2, most hated on a Thanksgiving table, stuffing. How in the world? If you don't like stuffing, I'm sorry. And if you're a really good friend of mine and you don't like stuffing, text me. Please call me. Text me. Tell me the reason. Later today, like literally on my phone, if you have my phone number, call me or text me because I don't know if we can remain friends if you're not a fan of stuffing. That is the number 2 most hated thing on a Thanksgiving table. All right, I'll get off my my podium. Now, last one for you right now, and then we'll take a quick break. We got plenty more to do here this morning. How about the most expensive cranberry sauce in the world? $195 per dollop. Now think about a dollop, like a little spoon, toss it on your plate. $195 for a dollop. There is a steakhouse in New York called the Old Homestead Steakhouse. And they have a great Thanksgiving dinner. You can go, pay for it. It's actually not bad. It's $85 a person, you get everything. Or $105 a person, and you get some filet mignon added on to your dinner. So that's why if you're going into the city, big Thanksgiving dinner, it's actually not a bad price, I think, if you're going to a fancy steakhouse for a huge Thanksgiving dinner. But if you want their dollop of cranberry sauce, you will tack on an extra $195 onto your bill. It is made with fresh cranberries, infused with a port wine that costs $4,400 a bottle, white truffles in there that cost $1,500 per pound, a special honey imported from New Zealand, and it's decorated with an edible gold leaf, all totaling $195 per dollop. If you're into it, the Old Homestead Steakhouse, New York City. Plenty more to do. Less than 20 minutes to your bald and the beautiful entertainment, everything from Nashville to Hollywood. We will get into your national days, your good news stories, all that on the way, coming up late 8 o'clock hour. We're getting some rain rolling through today from west to east across the island, but quick from like now, starting in Nassau, through Suffolk, maybe like noon, 1 o'clock, in that range. Then it's clearing. You're going to get some sunshine close to 60 today. Let's hit the roads. My Country 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.